Have you ever felt like you were constantly busy, yet never truly moving forward? Like no matter how many tasks you checked off your to-do list, the real progress, the kind that transforms your life, kept slipping further out of reach? That's the frustration that Gary Keller faced when he realized his workdays were full, but his impact felt small. It's a feeling most of us know too well. We chase productivity with passion, but the results rarely match our efforts. In his book, The One Thing, Keller offers a simple, life-changing solution to that problem. Narrow your focus. Strip away the noise. Do less, but do it better. The central idea? Focus on the one thing that matters most, and success will follow. Gary Keller wasn't always the author of best-selling books or the co-founder of one of the largest real estate companies in the world. Like many high achievers, his journey was filled with periods of overwhelm. He juggled multiple goals, worked long hours, and tried to be everything to everyone. He was successful, but not satisfied. The turning point came during a conversation with a coach who challenged his approach to time and productivity. Keller realized that the key to extraordinary results wasn't doing more. It was doing the right thing, the one thing first. That insight shifted everything. He began testing it in his life and business, teaching it to his team, and eventually it became the foundation of a book that has changed how millions approach their goals. At the heart of Keller's message is a simple question. What's the one thing you can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? It's more than a productivity tip. It's a focusing question. And it's powerful because it forces clarity. It cuts through the fog of daily distractions and demands. Instead of scattering your energy across 10 mediocre tasks, you aim it like a laser at one thing that truly matters. That's how you create breakthroughs. That's how you move from busy to bold. Most people, Keller argues, operate in a state of reactive multitasking. They bounce from task to task, thinking they're being efficient. But science and experience tell a different story. Multitasking isn't productivity. It's a form of self-sabotage. Your brain isn't wired to do multiple high-level tasks at once. Every switch costs you time, energy, and focus. The result? Slower progress, more stress, and shallow results. The alternative is to go small, to narrow your focus to the vital few and ignore the trivial many. When you align your actions with your top priority, everything changes. Keller uses the metaphor of dominoes to explain this idea. A single domino can knock over another domino 50% larger than itself. With enough focus and alignment, a small action today can start a chain reaction that leads to extraordinary outcomes. The challenge is identifying that first domino, the one action that sets everything else in motion. That's where the focusing question becomes a daily discipline. The book dives deep into how we form habits, make decisions, and structure our days to support our one thing. It debunks the myth of work-life balance, showing that success requires an intentional imbalance, where you give disproportionate time and attention to what matters most. Balance isn't about spreading yourself thin. It's about being fully present in what matters now. Keller also challenges our relationship with time. He shows how high achievers don't manage time. They maximize it. They time block their most important work and protect those blocks like appointments with their future selves. Distractions aren't just inconvenient. They're thieves. They steal your focus, your creativity, and ultimately, your results. That's why Keller encourages you to treat your one thing like it's sacred, because it is. In his own life, Keller began each day by identifying his one thing and doing it first, before emails, before meetings, before anything else. That habit changed the trajectory of his business, and he saw the same results ripple through the lives of people he taught the method to. Over time, they accomplished more by doing less. Their stress decreased. Their results multiplied. Why? Because they aligned their daily actions with their highest purpose. But Keller doesn't pretend this is easy. The world isn't built to support focus. It's built to demand attention. Notifications, obligations, distractions, they're everywhere. Which is why mastering the one thing requires both discipline and courage. Discipline to say no to the noise, and courage to trust that doing less, more deliberately, is the fastest path to success. One of the most powerful takeaways from the book is the idea of purpose, priority, and productivity. Purpose gives you direction. Priority gives you focus. Productivity gives you progress. But they must flow in that order. Many people start with productivity. They try to do more, faster. But without a clear purpose and focused priorities, their effort leads to burnout, not breakthroughs. Keller flips that script. Start with why. Then ask what. Then act. He also speaks directly to the fear that often blocks people from focusing on one thing. What if I choose the wrong thing? What if I fail? But Keller reminds us that clarity comes through action. You don't need to have all the answers to start. You just need to trust the process. Focus on the next right action. Let progress reveal the path. Throughout the book, Keller weaves in stories of people who use the one thing to transform their careers, relationships, and health. A business owner who scaled his company by focusing solely on hiring. A musician who mastered his craft by dedicating hours each day to practice. A parent who became more present by prioritizing family time. The common thread? They simplified. They focused. They succeeded. What makes the one thing so compelling isn't just the idea, it's the permission it gives. Permission to stop glorifying busyness, to stop chasing balance, to stop living in reaction. Instead, it offers a blueprint for intentional living, for asking better questions, for making better choices, for building a life that aligns with what matters most. To apply the one thing, Keller suggests starting with clarity. Ask yourself, what's my big goal? What do I want more than anything? Then ask, what's the one thing I can do right now to move closer to that goal? Not 10 things, not 3. 1. Then block time for it. Make it a daily ritual, and protect that time like it's non-negotiable. Because if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. He also encourages readers to audit their environment. Are you surrounded by distractions? Are the people in your life supporting your focus or pulling you away from it? Environment shapes behavior. If you want to do your one thing consistently, you need a space that supports it. Clear the clutter. Set boundaries. Create conditions for deep work. Keller's message is that you're always just one focused action away from momentum, and momentum compounds. Success doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing the right thing again and again. Small, focused steps, taken consistently, lead to massive results over time. And that's where the magic of the one thing lies. It's not a trick. It's not a hack. It's a mindset shift. A way of living that prioritizes impact over activity, clarity over clutter, and depth over breadth. It challenges you to slow down so you can speed up, to simplify so you can succeed. As the book closes, Keller reminds us that this isn't about being perfect. It's about being purposeful. You'll stumble. You'll get distracted. That's okay. The key is to keep coming back, to keep asking the question, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Ask it daily. Ask it hourly if needed. Let it guide your choices. The journey to success isn't a straight line. It's a series of course corrections. And the one thing gives you a compass. It helps you realign, refocus, restart. So whether you're building a business, writing a book, raising a child, or improving your health, this principle works. It's timeless, it's powerful, and it's yours to use. So now the question is yours. What's your one thing? Thanks for listening to this audiobook summary of The One Thing by Gary Keller. If this inspired clarity or helped simplify your thinking, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Audiobook Focus. Keep your focus clear, keep your efforts aligned, and keep choosing the one thing that moves you forward.